What is going on? Happy Friday, TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Let's just kick today off. We're going to be on here for just a couple hours. Maybe. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. We have a lot of news to get through and like some, entertainment shit going on. First thing is, if you want to support the channel, support it. There's the stuff going across the screen. Best way to support the channel is subscribe, like, comment, and share this out. So if you haven't done that already, go ahead and hit the like button. Let's get those like buttons up. Also, we're going to, like I said, we're just, we've got a lot of news to get through, a lot of stuff. We have some breaking news on some other things as well. I'm not really kept up with any of that stuff, but we got some entertainment news to get into. So, hey, welcome in. It's Friday. As you can see, the new background, I will show you. What do you think about that? Yeah, it's like, AI, just type it in here. StreamYard has this where you can just type in the background and tell it what to create, whatever background you want. You can put in more details and it will do more details. I just didn't take that long to do the details. I just put two old hippie chopper guys in a garage building choppers, and that's what it put out. So it's good to see you in here, Evil Rick. How you doing, sir? Is that you in my picture? Look at your beard. No. So we have some things to get to. Not really a lot. We do have a few things that's been popping off. Oh, is it the back wheel is off the ground with nothing holding it? Really? Let's see. Don't even have a jack under it, does it? See, AI is still working out the details. You can't. That's the thing about AI. If you don't put specifics, now I could have put on a jack stand and there would have been a jack under there. I did say put tools in the floor. I never said anything about the shovel head motor. It put it in there itself, but pretty neat. Like I said, it's still pretty fun to do. I believe AI is getting to a point where if you go into certain AI programs, you can advance it. So, yeah, I mean, we got some news to get to. We got a few things going on in the news. Of course, we all know Trump did fire Attorney General PAM BONDI. We're going to check that out here in a minute. We had there's something going on with somebody. Some kind of singer, rapper, I don't really get into it much on that music front. Let's see. This is part of it.
Right? It's coming in Truth Social from Donald.
Yes, from Donald Trump right here. We're going to get into this for just a second. We're not going to spend too much time on it, but I do want to say, sometimes, better late than never. She did fumble the ball a couple of times, in my opinion, especially with the files and stuff like that. So I believe there were a lot of people upset about this. She should have been fired a while back, in a lot of people's opinion. I guess they're still going to remain
social account president
friends.
Pam BONDI is a great American patriot and a loyal friend who faithfully served as my attorney general over the past year. Pam did a tremendous job overseeing a massive crackdown.
Yeah, I guess he's going to find another position.
Plummeting to their lowest level since the 1900s. We love Pam, and she will be transitioning to a much needed and important new job in the private sector to be announced at a date in the near future. And our deputy attorney general,
much needed in the private sector. Somebody was claiming that she might, or they wanted her to come back and run for governor or something of Florida. I'm not for sure yet. I don't think she belongs in any of that position, in my opinion.
A very talented and respected legal mind, Todd Blanche, will step in to serve as acting attorney general. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. And to talk more about this latest shakeup here in the White House and a Trump administration,
also, Pete Hegseth fires a couple more military guys.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
My pleasure.
And I just want to get your initial reaction to this.
Trump wants retribution against his adversaries. He believes that they did him wrong, and he wants retribution. And he believes that she is not essentially she is not provided that. And also, I think he was a little bit embarrassed by some of her handling of the Epstein files.
Exactly. He thought that she was going to be a little harsher on some of his adversaries, the Democrats that tried to lock him up, and we all know they did lawfare and all that towards him and everything. So I think he thought she was going to be, like the bull with the horns, but all he got was the fucking cow, the sow. In my opinion, because she did seem a little weak in doing things. I mean, you can say what you want. I know Caroline Leavitt is just the White House spokesperson, but look here, that girl seems tougher on shit than Pam Bondi did. I mean, she really did. Caroline Leavitt she's right off the cuff. I like the way she speaks. She speaks like Trump. She speaks the truth and bluntly. We'll get into some of that too.
Move on. There is history, by the way, of presidents firing attorney generals. This isn't the first time it's ever happened.
Yeah, and that's the difference, isn't it? Like Biden didn't fire anybody. Like I like Trump because he fires people that ain't doing their job. Hey, I'm not satisfied with you. Get out. You're fired. Here's the thing about Biden, and another thing, let's just pause this right here. Another thing, things were said, well, Biden's weak. He didn't fire anybody. No, the reason Biden didn't fire anybody is because they were doing the job they wanted them to do. Oh, the border's secure. The border's secure. The border's safe. It's secure. Well, if he would have been a real president and kept the oath he took for the American people, if Biden would have been a real president, he would have said, they're lying. We know there was 200,000 people come in this month, so we know it ain't closed. They kept saying the border's closed. No, it wasn't. He should have fired those people. But we know the reason why he didn't fire those people, because they were doing what he wanted. They were doing his agenda and Obama's agenda. They wanted that border open, and all his administrative people, the top people, he should have fired a lot of them. But we know the reason Biden didn't fire anybody is because they were going along with what they wanted to do to this country. Tear it down, over 9% inflation, all this shit. He didn't hold anybody accountable. And this is why I like Trump, is because he holds people accountable. He will hold you to the nails and say, you're fired. If you're not doing the job, get out. I will put somebody. So, that's the difference. When a president is actually working for the people, and I know a lot of people don't think he is, but he is. When a president's actually working for the people and trying to do, he's going to hold those people he puts in those positions accountable. Biden, Obama, none of them people did, but Trump does. Trump holds them,
Example, fired Howard McGrath, who was attorney general his last year in office in 1952, because he had fired a special prosecutor that was looking into corruption at the Justice Department at the time. Richard Nixon in 1973 fired Elliot Richardson, the attorney general, because again, he would not fire the special prosecutor.
See,
in the
when you won't hold other people accountable that's under you,
tried to fire Jeff Sessions in his first
let's
administration.
get rid of
There is some precedent here, and Donald
somebody
Trump
else in charge.
the past has fired cabinet officials that he believes.
Oh yeah.
And do you think there is any bad blood?
She is worthless.
And just reading that last Truth Social post, President Trump was saying, we love Pam Bondi.
Well, they probably do. She just wasn't doing the job that he wanted her to do.
Analysis on that.
I don't think so. I don't think it was necessarily personal between the two. I think it's more that Donald Trump wants to move on. I think.
Yeah, because look here,
Donald Trump.
This is who's going to be taking her position for stepping in is the Assistant Attorney General, Todd Blanche, just for now. I don't think now a lot of people are saying Lee Zeldin is up for the job. Maybe he may put Lee Zeldin in there. But here's the thing. If you go back and look, who was beside his side the whole time he was in court? Wasn't Pam Bondi. Not really. Todd Blanche was there every hearing, everything with Trump. Todd Blanche was right there with him the whole time, in court, out of court. So, and like they said, Todd Blanche will take the position temporarily. Either Trump will make the decision to put him in there, or maybe there's talk about Lee Zeldin and a couple other people, though.
I think there's a strong possibility, at least a formidable possibility, that he could become attorney general, at least that he could go from acting attorney general to attorney general.
Yeah, he could. There is a high possibility he may take that position permanently. We just don't know yet.
To the timing of this, especially when the U.S. is amid that ongoing conflict in the Middle East.
I'm watching
that's a really good question.
If you don't know, the reason I look up, I've got the thing on the TV up here. I'm watching the Battle of the Bastards. If you know what that is, you know what it is.
I guess a little suspicious just because there's so much focus that's going on in Iran. There's talk about other officials that perhaps he was thinking about firing. Tulsi Gabbard, who probably was not on the same page, was probably singing from a different hymn book. We
got a lot of shit coming out about Tulsi Gabbard's husband. Like he likes to get in private chat rooms and wear fake boobs and all kinds of stuff going on in that house. Boy, there's some wicked shit going on in that house, in my opinion.
in the United States
Ooh-wee.
Congress.
And Trump, and everybody says Trump doesn't hire diversity people and gay people. Bullshit.
Basically,
I had to get a
when they
laugh
say that
in.
she
You
supported
know,
Donald Trump's position. I think
I
she'd be the one
agree.
who would be probably more
AI is
likely
not
for him to
intelligent.
fire.
It's
Why he's
not.
choosing Pam Bondi now, why he would be firing her now, I don't know. When she went through congressional testimony the last time, there was many viewed it as very kind of embarrassing for her. At one point, she was talking about how the Dow Jones was doing
But
well.
the Dow Jones
Nancy
is
Mace,
up
the
by
coming from
50.
South Carolina, and the likely Republican nominee for governor of South Carolina. It was very much critical of her for the way she handled it and the way she tried to bring this about Donald Trump and how Donald Trump was the handling of the domestic economy. So it was very interesting why he chose to do it at this particular point in time. But
I mean, here we got
such as EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin. What do you think about some of these speculations here?
Yeah, it's just speculation
Lee
right
Zeldin,
now.
the former congressman from New York, actually a kind of a center-right, relatively moderate member when he ran. He ran for governor of New York, and actually, as for somebody who's as conservative, at least moderate conservatively as he did relatively well.
He did well in those positions he was in. Lee Zeldin
kind of stayed true to Donald Trump in a state where Donald Trump
the whole time
is relatively unpopular. And then Donald Trump made him his EPA administrator. And I think he's liked the way that he's done that, but like the way that he's tried to curtail regulations involving greenhouse gases, for example. And I think that's one of the reasons why
he may like where he's at right now. Lee Zeldin might like the position he's in. He may not want to change. He may not want to be attorney general.
Objections in MAGA world for potentially.
But he is loyal. So far. Well, she is too. I believe she is too. I just believe that she was going about it the wrong way. She wasn't, like he said, she wasn't doing the job that he really wanted her to. And now we do have some things going on with Pooh Shiesty arrested. I have no clue who that is. We're going to get into it though. It's some rapper, I guess. This is big in the entertainment going on right now. So we're going to see what's going on with this.
Live look at Dallas on this Thursday evening. Our next story takes us to Dallas. Federal prosecutors there have charged Memphis rapper Pooh Shiesty and 8 others with robbing 3 men at gunpoint and kidnapping them at a Dallas record studio earlier this year.
So
the court documents only refer to the victims by their initials. One victim, called RD, is described as the owner of the 1017 record label, which was founded by Grammy-nominated rapper Gucci Mane, whose real name is Roger Davis. DOJ saying that the incident began with a dispute over a record contract. Fox 4 Dallas reporter David Santandri is here with more. David, what can you tell us?
So robbed and kidnapped.
Yeah, well, I can tell you this was disguised as a traditional business meeting inside a recording studio, but then it turned into an ambush.
Don't make it big.
Lontrell Williams Jr., a well-known rapper by the stage name Pooh Shiesty, was on house arrest for a firearms conviction related to drug trafficking when the Department of Justice says he
sounds like upstanding citizen, doesn't it?
3 people inside a Dallas recording studio
house arrest
in January
over drug charges.
So Pooh Shiesty could get out of a record contract with rapper Gucci Mane's label, the new 1017 Records.
We're not talking about low-level rappers here, guys who are trying to make it.
TMZ tells Fox 4 to let go of Pooh Shiesty would have been a financial blow to Gucci Mane's record label.
He had a lot of artists under his label, and then he made a decision that he was going to let go of a lot of those
Let
artists.
me just ask this. Who the fuck names herself Pooh Shiesty? I mean, did you get caught pooping on the side of the walk? Pooh, hey Pooh, or is it Winnie the Pooh or what? I mean, seriously, who comes up with these rappers' names? You guys talk about getting out of the community and you're not reflected on the ghetto shit part of the community and all that, but then you go and you name yourself this shit. I mean, make it make sense. Seriously, like, hey, his name was Richard. Didn't he say his name was Richard or Randall? Why not just say, I know everybody's got a stage name, but really, you want to try to go after the shiesty, like he's shiesty? I guess he is a shiesty. I mean, come on, man. I see so many panels. Seriously, like there's a ton of black channels and black panels. And what do they talk about constantly? Well, 90-something% of them will speak on the woman. It's the woman, you know, the black woman and this and that, and you know, the man spear kind of shit, this and that stuff. But the other, and only very few I watch and I like to talk with, because they don't just sit and dog or just sit and talk about their community. They actually, some of them talk politics and stuff like that. They talk everything like I talk. You know, they'll go from politics to entertainment, and I like those kind of channels. I'm not saying one thing or another about anybody. I'm just saying I can't stand watching 90% of any channel, white, black, doesn't matter who's hosting it, who's on it, what panel, what color they are. But if all you're doing is stuck in the same old shit about the woman, a lot of people say, well, you're in the manosphere too, you're a man, you're a conservative, you're red. I'm not red pill. I was raised conservative. That shit, we didn't say red pill and blue pill when I was growing up. You're just you know what I mean? You was just hard. You know what I mean? You're a man. There were things that showed in you, whether if you was a sissy or a man. We didn't say blue pill, red pill, shit like that.
One of the very few, though, that he held on to happened to be Pooh Shiesty, because, again, Pooh Shiesty, somebody who's got a lot of fans, he's got hit music, and certainly somebody that Gucci Mane could be profitable.
According to a criminal complaint, Pooh Shiesty was upset with contract terms. Surveillance images show Pooh Shiesty, his father, and 7 others before they enter the studio. Once inside, Pooh Shiesty pulled what appeared to be a black AK-style pistol.
Of course.
At the head of a victim, labeled RD, demanding RD sign contractual release paperwork. RD complied. Gucci Mane's legal name, Roderick Davis.
Roderick Davis. See, why not go by, hey, Roderick Davis? I mean, I go by my real name. Here's the thing. I think people would respect somebody more. I know it's fucking show. It's for show. Well, I'm a gangster rapper, so I got to go by some gangster name. Got to sell more albums. Got to be, Look at Lil Wayne. You think that's his rapping name? No, his name is Wayne. Dwayne. His real name is Dwayne. He didn't want Dwayne Jr. So what did he do? He cut the D off of it. Why? Because he said his father was never there. He didn't want to be known for his dad's name. So he cut the D off and went by Lil Wayne. And since he was little bitty, Lil Wayne. I mean, you don't have to go all ghetto, You can put your name out there. You can put your name or do something similar to rhyme with it that ain't so ghetto or nasty, or whatever. In my opinion, I think a lot of people would respect a lot more people if they stood on business instead of just being, trying to sell records. You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to sell records all the time by being the hardest person. How about you just, if that's your business of rapping or singing, just rap the best,
In this case, came to Dallas to conduct legitimate business, and they were met with firearms and violence.
That wasn't the end of it. The feds say the group robbed the victims of expensive jewelry.
Oh, I'm sure.
One of the victims was actually choked by one of the defendants to the point of near unconsciousness.
Pooh Shiesty lives in Frisco, according to the complaint. But investigators say most of the alleged accomplices traveling from Memphis, Tennessee, were.
And this is what I'm talking about. People get on YouTube and we got to change. We got to reach her. You know who the young kids are watching? These people right here. The young kids ain't watching these 40 and 50-year-old and late 30 guys on these panels. And they can sit. They can call me out. I don't give a shit. But if you're sitting on a panel talking about we got to change our community, we got to change the future of our children, those young teens to 20s, they're not sitting on YouTube watching you. They're not watching us. We're in a different generation. Yes, it would be nice if we could reach those younger generations and get their heads out of their ass. But you know who they're watching? They're watching people like this. They're watching 21-year-old streamers. They're watching those idiots that fucking block the roads and the highways and rapping and riding their motorcycles and, doing all that dumb shit. That's who they're watching. They're watching these young-ass people destruct. That's why they think it's cool, and that's why they want to go to rodeos and do this and shake their ass and destruct shit, or on the beach in spring break. They want to do all that shit. They're not sitting around on YouTube watching people that have common sense that actually want to push knowledge down and change their life, and so they can change the future. They're not listening to us. If you go and look at any chat on a live stream panel, I guarantee you every one of those people are over 35 years old, just about. I'm not going to say everyone, but at least 90 to 95% of people in that chat or watching those streams are over 35 years old. You're not reaching the 20-year-olds. You're not reaching the 16, 17-year-olds. Why? Because they're watching people like this. They want to be like this. We can't get to them because they don't want to hear our old ass.
Dallas hotel
That's
the day of
that's
the
the
ambush,
truth.
including accomplice Rodney Wright Jr., a rapper with the stage name Big 30. Social media
See,
posts reportedly
Big
shows
30,
suspect Terrence
Big
Rogers
30.
wearing a
The fuck, which is different from social, you know.
variety of jewelry believed to be stolen during the robbery.
Well, of
Even
course.
stolen sneakers. There's also
Sneakers.
a post highlighting
Take
a
your
large amount of
shoes.
cash. Footage from Memphis shows federal investigators collecting evidence at the home of Pooh Shiesty's father,
See?
Montrell Williams Sr. That was on Wednesday, the day most suspects were arrested.
We remain committed to investigating violent crimes like these.
We mentioned Pooh Shiesty lives in Frisco. That's a suburb of Texas. Again, Frisco is about.
I mean, seriously, y'all want an outsider's opinion? You say I'm an outsider. Here's my true opinion. This is what needs to change. All this shit needs to change.
The United States Attorney for the Northern District of Texas, Jeremy Wright, Assistant Special Agent in charge of FBI Dallas. And we will have a brief question and answer session after the remarks.
So that's what that is, the latest in that. And, you know, and that's the thing people don't get. Well, what do you got right to speak on this? Well, I'll speak on it because I'm on the internet. I want to. It's news. So I'll speak how I want. Blanche CNN. Okay, Blanche having dinner with a CNN news girl. There are pictures on YouTube. Really? Todd Blanche, you mean? Yeah. And we're going to see how this removal. Okay, so we do have some things going on with Pete Hegseth as well with the firing of, I think I think he's fired actually a couple more top military
All right,
people.
You're watching live now. I'm Austin Westfall. Let's bring in retired Marine Intelligence Officer, National Security Analyst, and the host
so we'll
of
see.
that podcast, Hal Kemper. He's here with me. Hal, let's get straight into the headlines, starting off with this. We learned earlier today that Secretary Hegseth asked Army Chief of Staff General Randy George to step down and take immediate retirement. A picture of him here, courtesy of
Immediate
West Point.
retirement.
Basically, this is ousting the Army's top uniformed officer. And the way I'm seeing a lot of this being written about in the headlines is that they're firing this officer as the U.S. military remains engaged in combat with Iran. Is it correct, Hal, to pretty much think of this as we're losing the top uniformed Army officer? Will this have an impact on how the war is prosecuted in the Middle East?
Probably not.
I can't imagine having much impact.
Yeah, it wouldn't have much of an impact.
What we're doing over there. I mean, they are playing a role, don't get me wrong.
If he's at West Point.
Compared to some of the other services. The other thing is that during war, generals are relieved or fired all the time.
Yeah, generals were relieved and fired all the time.
Famously fired a slew of generals until he landed on Ulysses S. Grant and kept him as his top general. And part of that was that they just weren't doing what he needed them to do. So he was looking for a general that, could make it happen, and Grant could. So that happens in war. We see generals get fired all the time, and admirals as well. And I would mention this administration has fired about a dozen or so generals and flag officers. Famously, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, C.Q. Brown, was fired. The chief of naval operations, Lisa Franchetti, was fired. And then, the head of DIA was fired. And
earlier today, by the way, we've got this map just kind of giving an idea of where some of the traffic stands at Strait of Hormuz. This is something that I believe gets updated every so often. And so this is basically giving us a general idea of where some of that traffic stands tonight. I was reading, I know you read about this too, that about 40 countries earlier today discussed joint action to reopen the Strait of Hormuz and stop Iran from, quote, holding the global economy hostage. The UK, Britain, they're the ones that got this together, it seems, Hal. What is the ultimate long-term way that these 40 countries might be able to turn this initial idea and this initial gathering into some tangible action?
I could see them all coming together to form a combined task force that would basically keep the Strait of Hormuz open. And one thing these 40 countries have is a lot of minesweepers. And that's one of the things, if you looked at that map, you notice that there was some traffic. If you look to at that point of, at the far point of Keshem Island up there by Bandar Abbas, you'll see ships. That's kind of that toll booth station thing that the Iranians have opened up. They want ships to go up through those islands just south of Hormuz Island, pay their fee.
Can y'all see what he's talking about up there? Like right here where my arrow is. Can you see my arrow on my screen? Maybe you can't. I don't know. If you can't see my arrow, sorry. Right up where it says, Bandar Abbas, the green and red, those little gray areas are islands. He wants those to traffic up through there around the islands. So, so.
Our fee and then go on. And what you don't see is in between that, is where the normal international sea lanes are, where you would normally see traffic. You don't see anything in it. The question
He's talking about in this bend right here.
is,
Yeah.
are those sea
Above
lanes mined? Is that why the Iranians don't want anybody to go through there? And that will be a very long, painstaking job, but it's going to take a lot of minesweepers. That's something the U.S. does not have a lot of, is minesweepers.
Yeah,
these countries
you're going to sweep the water, everything from mines.
Minesweepers, and they have a lot of other naval assets and air assets would be invaluable for doing some sort of combined task force of active anti-ship combat capabilities.
So, President Trump posted this earlier today. He says, the biggest bridge in Iran comes tumbling down, never to be used again, much more to follow. It is time for Iran to make a deal before it is too late and there's nothing left of what still could become a great country. This is a screenshot. We've got the video that he posted right here. Let's play it. It's short, 10 seconds long. Shows a bridge, appears to be on fire, and then you'll kind of see it there.
See it down here on the bottom left?
Yeah,
it's starting to fall.
It's partially there. So Hal, I know that the Iranian government has responded to this bridge situation. What are you tracking here?
Well, that was a massive bridge. It's a bridge that goes west out of Tehran. It goes to another major city. It's a major line of communication.
Not anymore, though.
Logistics, and it was only finished, I think, a year or two ago. And of course, this is a crushing blow because this was the nicest bridge, if you will, the biggest bridge in Iran. Now, my understanding is the Iranians are now looking at bridges
not anymore
around the Gulf states and stuff that they can blow up. And the one that comes really immediately to mind is a causeway that goes between Saudi Arabia and Bahrain. I'm sure they're going to try and target that.
Yeah.
But what this is the first major strike on critical infrastructure since President Trump last night talked about, bombing Iran back into the Stone Age. And a lot of people have been trying to figure out what does that mean?
It means taking out infrastructure. Yeah.
What it means is we have
setting them back to a point where
we're looking at hitting their power plants. And if we hit their power plants,
they're done.
Effectively ends modern technology utilization in Iran. They would have a very, very difficult time putting those back online. Now, of course, the reciprocal of that would be that the Iranians would then start trying to bomb power stations and desalination plants and everything else back in the Gulf, the Persian Gulf. But that's the first time we've done something like that. And I think that's just to make a statement to basically say, hey, we're serious. We will go after critical infrastructure. Although under international law, it has to have a military purpose, but we will go after critical infrastructure.
Yeah, a bridge can be rebuilt. Right? A bridge can be rebuilt. If we hit their, their nuclear plants and stuff, like I said, we can knock their whole system completely down in that country. And what does that do to them? Well, they'd have to, really, they'd be in the dark, basically, like maybe not lights and stuff, but like their technology, everything that they use for their energy and stuff like that, they would completely be back to the Stone Age. So, and that's what he means by that. He's saying, hey, if we take out your infrastructure, if we take out, your plants, stuff like that, you're going to be living, without any like advanced or future or, modern stuff, basically. So like you're not going to have, basic, it could even take out like all their energy structure, their grids, whatever they use for their nuclear energy over there,
Spikes down there as well. And it was a very, very busy year going after the Houthis. And after that, they
Israel identifies missile launch from Yemen.
The big question has always been, are they going to weigh in on the side of Iran in this current war?
Yeah, let's skip through this.
Ahead of the speech. 24 hours roughly has passed now, Hal. Have there been any reverberations on the war as a result?
Because if you bomb
when Trump gave the speech the other night,
they'll turn around and start targeting the critical infrastructure of the Gulf coalition states such as Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, UAE, Kuwait. They've already been hitting some of that infrastructure anyway.
Yeah, but and then here's some more of the.
At this point, I think they may be
Operation
across the Indian Ocean, depending on what
5
the route
weeks.
is. But I think they're not too far away. And then of course you have the 82nd Airborne's
Look at that.
elements. About 1,000 troops are there. It could be somewhere between 1,000, 2,000 troops. What I'm hearing is
this is really affecting some people a lot.
That they will have about a 2-battalion strength organization, and that's the sort of thing you look at if you're looking at maybe doing an airborne operation to seize Karg Island, or doing an airborne operation to seize another island, or if you were going to do something.
And we do have the first. The other breaking news is the fighter jet, F-15 or something, is down. I think we got. I think there's 2 people. That's another breaking news I was fixing to get on. We got 2 pilots that's possibly they're looking for that may be captured. So
that's the sort of forces you want. Plus,
Yeah.
we're also hearing a lot about very special operations forces, such as Navy SEALs, the Army Rangers, and they didn't say specifically, but I'm assuming there's some Marine Raiders that are over there as well. And so it's a pretty robust capability that's coming in there. And I can tell you, if I was a defender, if I was an Iranian defender on any island in the Persian Gulf or the Strait of Hormuz right now, I would be feeling very, very nervous.
Yeah.
Al Kemper's a retired Marine intelligence officer, national security analyst, and the host of the Strat podcast.
So also, and this is the latest, I believe, right here. Pilot ejected right here.
Right now, you want to get into some of the other big headlines that we are covering, and of course, the latest on Operation Epic Fury.
We have the pilot that had to
is
eject.
claiming today that a U.S. pilot was ejected from an aircraft over southwestern Iran. The broadcaster went on to say, quote, "If you capture the enemy pilot or pilots alive and hand them over to the police, you will receive a precious prize." End quote.
Yeah.
Now, there's been no word
You
from
don't
the
think
White
they don't
House,
want
the
us
Pentagon, or
as
U.S. Central
hostages?
Command as to the validity of that claim.
You don't
But
think
can
they
see
want
this
us
right
as
here coming in
hostages?
from the New York Post, as they say Iran claims it shot down U.S. fighter jet as bounty placed on pilot. Again, these are claims coming in from Iran at this point. The U.S. has not officially confirmed any of this. Now, all of this comes as President Trump is saying Iran's bridges and electric power plants could be targeted next. The president writing that over on Truth
Well,
Social
he did hit the
very
one
early this
bridge,
morning.
yeah,
Now,
but
we're also
the
getting
power
some video
plants,
that
he
came
ain't
in from the
decided yet.
president on Truth Social. He posted this just yesterday, and I want to pop it up on your screen as it says
This was the
biggest
bridge they
in
hit.
Iran
Yeah.
comes tumbling down, never to be used again. Much more to follow. It's time for Iran to make a deal before it's too late, and there is nothing left of what still could become a great country. Again, this is just some of that video posted by President Trump on Truth Social, showing the flames and, of course, the smoke there after that huge bridge was brought down by the U.S. What do you make of that? And if that all is true, what does that say to you that they are offering a reward for the person's capture?
We still don't know if this report is accurate or not. But anytime we fly manned aircraft over hostile territory, there's an understanding that something could go wrong. It could be a mechanical failure. The Iranians could have shot the airplane down, and we have some air crew on the ground that require rescuing. So we do everything we can to mitigate.
I thought there were more than one pilot.
Circumstances that would cause our airplanes to get shot down or to be lost over hostile territory.
Excuse me.
Does
I thought there were two.
So we have
I
procedures
thought there
for
were
that
two
as
in
well.
those
One of the
F-15s.
reasons
Maybe
the
not.
campaign plan that we see being executed was written and executed the way it is to avoid getting manned aircraft over hostile territory.
So, I mean, is it, you think that they're really, I mean, who knows? You know, these people will lie and push propaganda no matter what, you know, and that's the sad thing. You know, there's a lot of people that will, you know, push their, you know, propaganda, just to get us to a certain area, to put our focus on a certain, you know, down, maybe to to take our guard down, you know. You know, there's so much that we really, I mean, we can get on here and we can see the news. We can sit and speculate. That's all we can do. We don't really know the truth, guys. Do you think we do? Do you think that they're going to tell us the truth about every single thing that goes on in that administration? No, or anything, or with the Epic Fury, or, you know, I just don't see it. Of course, they're going to only tell us what they want us to know. I don't believe that they're going to ever let us know the truth, you know, about, you know, any of the what they're, and why would they? Especially news. Excuse me. Especially news outlets. Why would they tell the media? I mean, Trump doesn't believe any media really anyways. I mean, and you shouldn't, you know, you should explore one side of the media, the other side. And then, you know, even like with the social media news, you know, or say, you know, independent, you know, YouTubers, media YouTubers, or whatever you want to call them. I don't like to be preferred that way. I don't like to be put in a category. But if you're going to call me anything, I'm just a streamer. I just like to stream and show political stuff, news, entertainment, things like that. So I don't think that they have completely, credibility, any news outlet, in my opinion. I think a lot of it is based on, speculation and what they've heard from one person that's heard something from two other people, maybe. I think the only thing we can really go on is what we see. And sometimes what we see, you don't even need to believe what you see. Because I don't go on what I see and everything I see. I don't believe everything I see. I think a lot of things are staged and put on, excuse me, as well. So if any of you guys have been keeping up with the launch, have any of y'all been keeping up with that launch hearing of the space stuff? We showed the live the other day when they took off. I know a lot of people want to hear about this. They say Tiger Woods. They released this video of also him reportedly on the phone with Trump after he got a wreck, after he crashed. From my understanding, he will be seeking treatment this time. He needs it before he ends up unaliving somebody or an innocent person or family or something. Just because you're famous and you got money doesn't mean you should get off scot-free. What is this, 3 times now that he's been? I mean, how long has he been doing, under addiction? I mean, for years and years. So
to talk about the big story of the day with the new body cam footage released of Tiger Woods last Friday. This was moments after the crash. He was being interviewed by the police, and then we saw Tiger Woods in a whole other element later on.
I guess maybe he was like, hey, I might need that pardon, buddy. I may need a pardon. Wouldn't it be nice just to call the president and say, hey, bud, I got into some trouble. I may need some help. I mean, some people got it like that.
Well, but we are getting some new details regarding what happened just moments after this crash as well. So let's now. TMZ's Michael Babcock, always great to have you on here. You guys have been doing a great job since this story broke last Friday. And what is the new details that you guys have right now?
Hey, Mike, thanks for having me. Tiger Woods called President Donald Trump from the scene of the rollover crash. And before he was arrested for DUI, of course, but literally, Mike, from the scene in Jupiter, Florida, he makes the phone call. So obviously, crash happens. Police arrive. They are assessing the situation. And there was a point where they had allowed Tiger Woods to sort of roam around the scene, and he had his phone on him.
Yeah.
And he was.
They let him just walk around, like roam around for a minute.
Hey, come stay by us. And Tiger says, "I'm sorry, I was just talking to the president."
Yeah.
And
sorry, I'm just talking to the president.
Tiger Woods and Donald Trump have a friendship that goes back many, many years.
First of all, if you look around, look at the area he's in. He's in Florida. He lives in Jupiter, Florida. Got a mansion down there. Got a house. He's in a nice area. He hit the back of a trailer on a truck or something that was attached to a truck. Flipped the vehicle up on its side. He seems like he's well right there. But now, when you see the video cam of him in the car, he starts to get the hiccups and he starts to nod out. So he's really like trashed, in my opinion. Like he's high as shit.
If I had the president's number, I probably would have called him from the scene too.
Yeah,
called him from the scene.
Now, when we were able to really look forward now and backwards at this, that's the reason why when we saw President Trump speaking off Air Force One last Friday, he seemed to already know about the situation.
Well, yeah, he did. He knew it. Tiger called him quick.
Too. One of the first things I thought when we found out that he had in fact made this call was, okay, now that makes sense that the president was very aware of what was going on at a time when it seemed like nobody else had any information.
Because
minutes before Trump.
Also because Tiger Woods is dating the woman he's dating, his Trump's ex, daughter-in-law. Trump's granddaughter's mom. I believe that's who it is. So he's connected with the family still. And he's been friends with Trump.
It really changes with the composure of Tiger Woods when we see him without the sunglasses on. And you're seeing
he's fried without this. You can tell he is.
You don't really want to see.
Yeah, I agree.
He's completely
like he was
fried.
Tiger Woods.
Take the
But then when you
glasses
get that look
off.
of him in the,
Of course, he
one where
did
doesn't
refuse to pee in the cup. Like he blew 000 because he wasn't drinking. He was on painkillers like he's always been, you know. And the thing is you can tell by somebody's pupils if they dilate or not when you put a light in their eyes. So trust me, I know. I've been there, not as a cop. Trust me, I've been there on the receiving end, and I know those. You know, thank God I've got over 15 years that I haven't touched any, you know, narcotics or anything. So I know the feeling Tiger's in. I mean, I hadn't crashed and hurt anybody or none of that. Never been like that. But you know, I know where he's coming from. And those, you know, he's got an addiction, man. He needs help, and I hope treatment actually does help him.
Sobriety test, and then when you see him in the backseat of the police car, Mike, I think
but just going to get out of trouble ain't going to get you. Ain't going to. You know, some people it don't help.
Doesn't look happy to be in a police car.
When you're forced to do treatment, or you're, you know, or you're going to get out of trouble, 9 out of 10 times it doesn't help. You got to be hitting rock bottom, and then you got to want it.
But he does look to be impaired at that point, and I think
he's impaired. He's all trashed, man. Here, let's find the video of him.
Again, we've got the breathalyzers, which were 0.
Yeah,
and he never submitted to any sort of blood.
No, he wouldn't take a P test, so that's why they arrested him.
The phone, we were able to.
When they got him, here's what happened. When they got him to the jail, and they said, "Okay, now we need you to pee in a cup or draw blood." Usually, what they do, he refused, and once he refused, they said, "Okay, now you're under arrest." Blah, blah, blah. You know, you're going to be charged with DUI under the influence. And that's how it is. Yeah, he's on the phone right there to Trump. And he's walking around there like, hey, you need to stay close around us, you know. And he's like, well, I just got off the phone with the president. And yes, they did turn West Palm Beach International Airport into Trump Air. I mean, might as well. It's all right there under Trump anyway. So I got a good friend that lives in West Palm Beach. My dad lived there for like 20 years.
A real moment this must have been for the president to pick up and hear from Tiger Woods, and then, you know, saying that he's in a crash.
Well, not just that. He wasn't just saying, hey, I'm in a crash. He was saying, I think he was more or less saying, hey, I might be in a little shit, buddy. You know, let's see if the body cam. Let's see if we can find the body cam here.
TMZ is stating that Tiger Woods' DUI body cam footage has been. Put it on something in your phone. Go ahead and have a phone and then go ahead and bring your feet towards you.
See, they're doing a sobriety test on him here. Funny how TMZ gets all this shit first, huh? Well, they pay a lot of money to get this stuff, I can tell you. So he's doing a few, you know, tests. Which he's a professional athlete. He should know how to do certain things as well. He's got his eyes closed. See, there's things that you do when people want to test you. Not just the alcohol. He blew 000, so they're testing him for a narcotic. So, yep, you're being arrested. You failed the test.
So at this time, I do believe your normal faculties are impaired. Okay?
Yep, you're impaired. We're going to put you in a car. Let's see if they got the video of the car, of inside the car. Let's see here. Well, I know somebody released it. I just don't know where it's at. Let's see if we can find it. Okay, they're showing him here. Guys, the reason I skip through these is because, and we talk about it so we don't get the copyright infringements.
That's a narco. Narco? Yeah. Okay.
That's a narco. Had pills on him, look. And trust me, that shirt he's got on right there is around 80 to $100 just for that one little 3 button-up shirt. Of course, we know he's got his own brand, so they're probably nothing to him. And there's a pill, narco pills. Narco. I know when he was playing and he got in trouble back then, that's been years ago, he was on the hydrocodone, stuff like that. So let's see, they don't have that video. I was hoping to find it. Let's see if we can find it here. Let's see. That Okay, let's see if this one's got it.
Shows the immediate aftermath of golfing legend Tiger
Woods' we know, but we want to see inside the car, buddy.
arrest. Again, we are getting a look at some of the video, and this is actually a post here on your screen.
Yeah, but I want to show the people. I want to show him why he's in the car. Honestly.
Be at odds with one another, but nonetheless,
you tell me now his pupils are tiny, or not like extreme, but they're there.
Because he asked the judge if he could go travel abroad. He said, "I don't believe that I can have privacy in America. I think if I go to rehab, that the details might leak." And that
exactly.
Mercedes. He ultimately had a litany of prescription medications in his system at that point. He was arrested for DUI, but ultimately,
so the car just turned up. Now, if you look at this car, look at this Mercedes. Do you see how nice these cars come? I want to just point out something. A regular Ford, Toyota, whatever. Look at the bottom of this car. Do you see anything different from a regular car underneath? And this is what I'm talking about when you get what you pay for. You want something nice, you pay for it. Look at the undercarriage under here. There is nothing exposed except for the exhaust, what should be. In my opinion, every car should have this under here. The undercarriage under here, every car should have protection. That way, no stick if you run over or anything can come up and hit, go up into your fan belts, your motor, anything like that. Every vehicle should have this on the undercarriage, the protection. The only thing that should be showing is the exhaust right here, and exactly what is wrong with, vehicles nowadays.
Then you go to 2021, not too far from where I am here in LA. Tiger Woods was involved in a crash where it was so bad and he was so badly injured that he almost lost his leg.
Yeah, they almost had to amputate his leg in that other crash.
He was tested, no blood test ever drawn, no breathalyzer ever.
No, he refused.
A lot of people look at
now. Do you agree? Do you think that do you think that he will get better help outside this country? I know there's a lot of facilities out there that's pretty good. I don't know about any in the other countries. I'm sure they have a lot of them. But also, we have a bad, I know information leaks. People, he's famous. That's that's Tiger Woods. Let's tell his business. And then they'll tell a family member, then they'll tell it, and it'll get out. And of course, if you know anything about NAAA, it's supposed to be anonymous, blah, 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 But people are just junkies, man. Let's just be truthful. People see someone famous or something important that they can get information on somebody, maybe blackmail. They're going to do that shit, guys, because that's just the way people are. So, I mean, that's just that's life, and I think he does need help, and I hope to God that he can get help, but we're talking about completely different facilities, all right? Like Will Smith saying, I'm going to get help for my stuff. What'd they do? They sent him to an island to smoke bud and drink margaritas in a millions of dollar island. Now, yes, the rich, the famous, the elite guys, look here, we know it's true. All right, we know that they get to live in a different fantasy. They get to live in a different world than we do. Like, hey, I need to go to rehab. I need to go to. Do you think he's going down here to the rehab down the street where you're going to get out and go to a halfway house and everybody in there is cracked out? No. This man's going to a luxury spa treatment place where, it's going to have freaking hot tubs and probably a golf course or tennis course. You know what I mean? Like some really nice facility. This it's going to be like vacation for him. Like he's going to be staying at a resort. I promise you that. He's not going down here to the old, 8-bedroom house that was turned into a fucking rehab. That's going to be, packed up with 2 people per room. And no, he's going to have a luxury room. He will have his own walk-in bathroom area, everything. I guarantee. Why? Because he's a billionaire now. He's worth millions and millions. I don't even know. He may be a billionaire by now. He's worth money. He's the top. He's with the elite. We know that. But here's the thing. You got to ask yourself. Here's the truth. If you was worth what he has and you were in that top status, wouldn't you live that way too? I mean, you got to be real with you. And I'm just speaking truth. If I was worth 900 million, 800 million, $1 billion, whatever he's worth, let's just say if we was worth whatever Tiger Woods is worth, would we not live that same way? Would we be out here running around with the people in the streets and shit? No. We would be running around with the top elite rich people, your friends, or the so-called friends, you know, the people you meet, the people you play your sports with, maybe, or people that you know, if you're a musician, you know, or if you're a golfer, some golfers, you're going to hang out with some other, you know, golfers, or if you're just like him, if you know the president, hey, I'm hanging out with Don Jr. or whatever it may be. I'm just trying to show an example that he's not going to be going down here to the old local rehab behind the 7-Eleven. You know what I mean? He's going to be going to a beautiful facility that's going to have spa treatments and fucking relaxing and, you know, being waited on hand and foot. It's probably not even a rehab. It's just a spa and, you know, day spa that, you know, vacation place. So I hope y'all's Fridays are going good. It's beautiful out today. Kids are out of school because it's Good Friday, Easter this weekend. I hope everybody, you know, goes to church. You know, I know a lot of people just do this, you know, 2 times a year church thing, Easter and, you know, and Christmas or whenever they go, you know. I hope you all remember what this weekend's about. Also, you know, if you do the egg stuff, my kids are bigger. We're not doing it because they're, you know, older, way older now. They don't do that. We host a cookout and stuff here at the house. The nieces and nephews, the little ones, they come over here. They do an egg hunt in my yard because we have the biggest yard and everything. So I'll cook on the grill and we'll host like we always do, but it ain't this weekend. We're going to do ours next weekend because one of the family members won't have his son, and, you know, they swap back and forth with the parents. So he gets in on the next weekend. So, and we kind of try to, you know, make it good for when all the kids are around. We don't want to leave any kids out. So, we do it when all the kids are around. So the wife works Sunday anyways, and cause she's a boss and she has to go in and take care of some stuff. But here's the thing. We don't mind to just push it till next weekend because, like I said, we want all the kids to be involved. And then my daughters, you know, they're big enough, you know, the youngest 17, the other one's 20. They actually help the little ones, like, you know, go and you know, hunt eggs and stuff like that. So that's what they enjoy. My daughters enjoy helping the nieces and nephews, you know, and the cousin, you know, and all that. So, and like I said, the reason we host it here is because we have the biggest place. We have the biggest yard for it and stuff like that. So, and we have a good time, you know, that's what it's about. So, and like I said, I hope everybody's weekend is planned and I hope it's good. I hope you all are, you know, don't forget the true meaning of, you know, the Good Friday and Easter and everything. But yeah, man, I'm just hanging out. I wanted to do a few news clips and, you know, just kind of let everybody know, update everybody on what's going on with the media and, you know, just a little bit of the news. Yeah, you're not doing anything evil. Yeah. Well, like I said, we're pushing it till next weekend. So I don't know why my TV went off. My show went off. Anyways, like I said, I'm not going anywhere. I've got to dive into this summer. I got to really get into the I got to get the one of the motorcycle scene too. I got to get, you know, a few things, nothing major. I got to get a few gaskets and stuff changed out here and there. So as the daughter, you know, that passed her motorcycle course test, she, you know, we got to, you know, we got to do a couple more things and get her on the bike, get her in a parking lot practicing. So, you know, she rode the she rode the Honda 250, the Honda Rebel, but she hasn't rode the Harley, and that's a completely different beast. You know, yeah, it was a 250, but now she'll be riding a 1200 Sportster. Yes, there's a lot more power, everything behind it, but also like there's just something different. You know what I mean? The note, the loudness of it, the motor, the exhaust, it's got ape hangers, you know, not huge. I think they're like 8 or 10 inch ape hangers on it. Fits are perfect. The bike fits are perfect. So I think she'll be comfortable on it. It's just getting her used to being able to ride it with the loud exhaust and stuff like that. So taking the van to the shop today, getting a bunch of stuff done. I'll get it back till next. Oh yeah, well that's good though. You know, it's always good to maintenance. I've got to go this evening and actually get the oil changed in one of the vehicles out in the new Toyota. So that's one thing I got to do. Get that done. If they're even open, I think they're open today, even though it's Good Friday. I think only a few things around here that is closed is like government or state stuff, I believe. So I don't think there's too much stuff closed around, even though I'm in a small town, like real small. There's some stores that close, but there's some that, you know, like most stuff stays open anyways, at least till like 4 or 5. But it's all good. Like I said, getting the oil changed in the vehicle. I take it up there to a guy that they have a shop, like one of those 15-minute places. You know, you pull in, you never get out of the car. They change the oil, fill all your fluids up, check all your fluids, and then you drive out. You pay and you're done. So I know there's some big name, you know, companies out there that have those, you know, 10 minutes or less or 15 minutes, whatever they're called. I don't know. We don't do that. We have a local people that do it. It's not no franchise name that does it. So, because we don't have franchises like that in my town. We just don't. So we have a small town. So now that, you know, Friday's here, I think a lot of people's weekends are going to be a lot more busier than their week has been. You know, most people, oh, you know, can't wait to the weekend. You know, now the weekend's going to be so busy for a lot of people for Easter and travel, or, you know, egg hunts and church and everything like that. I think a lot of people are like, wait a minute, man, I got to cook my, you know, potato salad. We got to fix, you know, all this food, and which it sounds good, you know, it's all good. But a lot of people have to, you know, they're some people looking forward to it. Some people are, you know, like, you know, regretting it. You know, some people are like, I don't know about that. You know, they get anxious and they're like, they look forward to it, but then they get anxiety and they're not looking forward to, you know, having to deal with family members, or because, you know, we all know certain people only come around once or twice a year during holidays. And so it's just, some people are better than others at, you know, family. I like to keep my immediate family close, and like I've got a lot of family that's out there, like different states and stuff like that. You know, that don't come in, things like that. So, you know, I do have the family members that I'd only see once or twice a year. So, and I know some families are like, well, I wished I didn't even see my family once or twice a year. You know, a lot of people don't get along with their families. I get along with most of mine, to tell you the truth. It's just that some people just are better, you know, away from people. Some people enjoy being alone. Some people enjoy their privacy. I enjoy my privacy as well. I enjoy, you know, I don't have to get up and go and do anything if I don't want to. So I was trying to kill that hour, make sure there was a full hour on the clock. I wanted to do it live, but I wanted to make sure it was a full hour. So don't forget to send in your donos, guys. If you want to hit the cash out, It's going across the screen there. Well,
maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate some.
And if you do, you'll get the greatest clip ever.
Thank you so much for all your donations.
Is it not showing?
Thank you so much for all your donations.
You make me smile every time you send a donation.
Thank you for the goodies. Yeah, these are the best. So bubbly and fun.
So don't forget to hit that Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. It's going across the screen right there. And if you put in a message under where it says subject and you want it read out loud, I will read it out loud on the show. So don't forget about that. Or if you want to scan a QR code, we can put the Venmo up on the screen, or we can put the Cash App on the screen, or we can do the PayPal on the screen if it's easier for you to scan. Or maybe you want to just go to the chat. You know, there is a Nightbot in my chat. It should have the Cash Apps and stuff in there. Maybe you can click on the link in that and it will take you to it. If it doesn't, just look it up under the name there. If you want to keep the show going, you can donate to help the show go on. I'm at 1 hour and 57 seconds. And like I said, babes, yeah, you want one? Yeah, there you go. So, like I said, if you want to keep the show going, I would like to see 5 donos to keep the show going another hour. 5 $10 donos will keep the show going another hour, and we can produce more stuff. We can, you know, share more stuff. See, when you show that, when you show something like that, people want to pop up in there and then they leave. They want to see what it's about. See, look.
Thank you so much for all your donations.
You make me smile every time.
Disclaimer as well. So, and we're going to throw this in here as well. We like for this to be in the video just in case the algorithms try to catch anything. Also, warning, this video contains graphic content. I guess I should have done that at the beginning of the stream, huh? So, it's all right to be little bitty, a small town or a big old city. Let's delete that logo. Sorry. Let's see if we can get us another logo up in here somewhere. Where is my logo at? Okay, right here. Let's open that up to the logo department. It's all right to be little bitty. Let's delete that one out of there. Let's add the crazy looking one. Okay. Go to gallery. We want the good one there. No, we want that one. Yeah, let's see. We'll add that. Also, we can go into the, let's see. No, let's get out of that one. Let's see if we can add another overlay picture. What I'd like to do is show the one that had the, that's it right there. Let's see. Okay, I created one with AI help. There's my change jar. If you want to donate to the channel, right there you go. That's funny. Okay. Anyways, like I said, and if you want to follow me on other platforms, right here is, let's see, bam, right there is my tags, Instagram, the green platform, X. Okay. So if you want to know where to find me at on the other platforms as well, there you go. Let's see, what else are we looking at here? Let me see if I can find that other picture. It was a good one. Let's see. That was under pictures. No, we want to go to this one. Okay. Warning, adult content. Yep, there we go. Warning, adult content, 0 regrets. Full attitude on. So I'm just playing around, guys. We're just messing with a few things here. Like I said, if we wanted to change their logo up there on the top, we'll throw in some Joker. You know, I like the Joker. The Joker rocks, man. Okay, yes, I'll create that one. That's what I need to do. Broke van and shop. Okay. Van and shop, 40 tons of gravel coming. Ooh-wee, getting 2 trees cut down. That's a lot of work. Yeah. That's good, though, getting it done, you know. Get that shit took care of, man. Better now than waiting until wintertime, ain't it? So, in my opinion, it's a lot better than waiting. So, let's see. Hang on just a second. Sorry, I was trying to look something up there. Yeah, I've got a few things I've got to do outside here and get done. Let's see what that is. Let's see here. Big little bitty and a big horse. What I need, man, I'll be honest with you, I need a couple of good AI music for an intro, and would be nice to have, what is that one? Let's see. I need to airdrop that over to, let's see. Where is that? I want to drop that somewhere to the, where is that? Oh, OneDrive. Yeah, to my OneDrive. Okay. If I drop that over to my OneDrive, I can move it over here to my upload to OneDrive. Yeah. Then I can move it over to my laptop. And then, bam, there. It's done. It says saved in my OneDrive. It's easy to do. Pretty simple. Once you can create a picture with AI and then say, okay, where's my OneDrive at? Okay, there it is. So it should be in my OneDrive. Talk to old Mac and process for music. Yeah, those people don't talk to me evil. You know that, man. Come on, dude. You should know that by now. I'm not over there at their I'm not over there on their show, buddy. You know that. Not in their chat. You should know that by now. Let's see. Where's my picture at? Where's my picture at? Pictures. I mean, you should know that, old Mac. Not over there. They're too liberal for me, buddy. I mean, come on, man. Let's see here. Let me see if I can add this file here. Maybe it uploaded it. I don't know. Yeah, there we go. Let's upload it. It wouldn't let me upload it to the other one. Here we go. That one's better. Donate, cash out. There we go. See, if I had just a little bit of music right there with that, some AI music, like donate, or someone talking, saying donate, to the cash out, or I'll donate, So I just typed in, show me on the streets with a sign saying donate cash out with money around it as a homeless dude. That's what AI printed out right then. That's what AI just did. When I said donate cash out, the AI when I typed that in the AI, that's what it put out. That's funny, ain't it? I mean, some things AI is good for certain things, oh yeah. He comes on Moto Bomb's channel. Yeah, I know it. Exactly. I know whose channel he goes on. You don't see me over there though, do you? They don't have no substance to talk topics, man. I wish they did. Dude, it's hard to sit and listen about diabetes, someone's diabetes, or or some bullshit that I mean, if you're going to sit around the campfire and bullshit, that's fine. I don't have an issue with it. But when you let Transformers and everybody else on your show and all that, and you're rainbow, and you say you don't like Kid Rock, motherfucking America, I can't hang out with you, man. I don't want to hang out with anybody that's not American. I don't hang out with liberals, dude. I'll just be honest with you, old Mac. I don't hang out with liberals. People that are woke and fucking, just ain't doing it, buddy. And that's me. That's not got nothing to do with them. And I'll say it to their face. It doesn't matter. It's my choice. I'm not saying they're all liberal. I'm just saying, no topic based. No, I like, if I'm going to sit and listen to somebody and communicate, I want a topic to talk about, man. I want to dive into something, and I'm not saying politics. They ain't got to talk about politics, but at least have some kind of substance to talk about. And that goes for anybody's channel. I'm not just saying that one channel. I'm saying all channels. I think everybody should have something to go on, especially if you're going to have 4, 5, 10 dudes on, or women, whatever, just going to sit there and look at each other. No, I can't watch shows like that, man. I can't get into it, and that's just me. That's my inner, you know what I mean? That's my inner stuff. I can't get into a stream that they're not going to have a topic based or something. If they're just going to sit around and there ain't nothing really going on, I can't waste my time like that. I got to move on to something else. So, and that's just me. Like, I mean, come up with some kind of topic. It don't have to be political or news. It could be anything. The fucking astronauts or, flat earth. I don't like that shit. I mean, that shit throws you in the bottom of algorithms, but at least something going on in the world today. Talk about something or somebody or something. I ain't saying badmouth anybody, that, but there's so much stuff that you could bring to this front, or what you're going to do this summer, take a topic of, even like, I know a lot of those guys don't even go to motorcycle rallies or nothing. So it's hard for them to discuss where they're going. And we're going to rallies this year. We're doing that. You know what I mean? Like, you go to rallies, man, you do a lot of stuff. You've done a lot of rallies. You've done a lot of different things, Gettysburg or whatever those ones are. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of talk that you could bring up, and a lot of topics in those things, and who's going to be there, and music and stuff. It's just not there for me over there, and some egos and some stuff. It's all about one and not about the rest. And I can't deal with all that shit. And that goes for anybody's panel and channel. Like, if I go to someone else's channel or panel, if it's supposed to be about a community, let it be about a community. Stop making it be all about yourself. But I'm an asshole. I speak the truth. If I hurt your feelings, then if it hurts your feelings, then you're the problem, not me. then you know what's going on is true. And you know what I say is true. So don't be scared. Don't be too when the heart of blue. Seriously, like don't fucking bitch at me because you're looking, because I say something and it bothers you. If it bothers you, then that means you're the fucking problem. Then you've got something going on, or you know it's true what I'm talking about. And most people, you know, it's not your thing, AI. Yeah, I just like to type it in here and there on that little thing on that app. And it just, like on Instagram, if you have Instagram, you can go into your chat, into your, you know, where you can message people, and it says AI. It's like an AI chat, and I just go in and say what I want it to create, and it creates a picture or whatever. But now here on StreamYard, you can go into your media, and it's got, you know, logos, overlays, where you can download overlays, QR codes, video clips, you know, backgrounds. And on your backgrounds, it says create background. So if you click on your background and you type in, let's see, what do we want to type in? Okay. A van up on blocks in front of a lake in the woods. Let's see what it says. Let's see what it does, Rick. Let's see if it produces anything. Okay, so here's Evil Rick's. Evil Rick, can you hear me, buddy? Here's your van outside your house. Is that your van outside your lake house? Is that your van? Did you like that, Rick? Without the garage? Yeah. Your van's a GMC, not a Ford, huh? Here, I'll put myself down here in it. I mean, is that not, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can do this, like, just straight up background, you know, and just hit, you know, create background and speak into whatever you want. And that's what it, you know what I mean? That's what it puts in there. See, I think that's a Ford or something, but I mean, it's simple. Like, here, let's do this one. Like, let's see. A Honda trike up on blocks in a garage next to a old school Harley Davidson chopper. I don't know. Maybe it'll create it. No, it didn't do it. It created it, but it didn't create what I wanted. I put a Honda trike. You want to see what it did? Here's what it did. It put the Honda three-wheeler. See, so AI is not perfect. You know what I mean? If I was to go into detail about what I wanted, then it would have done, you know what I mean? It would have put detail in it. But since I didn't go full detail in it, this is what it produced in a garage. You know, I could have said whatever I wanted. Oh, okay. Gold wing. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see if it'll do gold wing. Let's see if it'll do a gold wing. Let's delete that one. Let's get this one back in here. Okay. Create. Okay. Let's see. A Honda Goldwing trike sitting next to a Harley Davidson chopper, red, in a garage with a old school hippie poster tie-dye on the wall. Let's see if it'll create that now. And man, that's true. Oh shit, really? I should have said a red trike. That's crazy. Guess what color it put out? Look at the peace and love hippie on the wall. It put the blue gold wing trike. I know yours is red or something. And it put the red fucking Harley on there. The color should have been backwards. It should have been, backwards. See, so it ain't perfect. You know what I mean? It does try to do what you say, certain things, but it's not a perfect setup. It never is. Here, let's see if we can create a, let's see, 1995 Honda Goldwing red trike with a black and green flame Harley Davidson chopper outside in front of an old lake in the woods with women standing around in bathing suits. Let's see if nope, won't let me do it. Promotes too much stuff. Can't do it with bathing suits, I guess. Let's see if we can do it standing around. See, it's not perfect. It's not going to let you do, you know what I mean? Like, it's not going to allow you to do some silly shit. So, or not silly. It just doesn't allow you to do certain things, So, mine is a 06. Okay, that's close. 05, 06. Here, let's see what it produced. Okay, right there. Black Harley with green flames. Yep, there's a something 80s, or what'd I say? A 95 or something, Honda trike in front of a lake with women. But see, it wouldn't put them in bathing suits. But it would put the women in there. It just wouldn't put them in front of bathing suits. Ain't that something? That's silly, ain't it? So that's pretty close to yours, though, ain't it? Or not? That's pretty close, ain't it? That's not a 95 Goldwing. It's not. It's probably just putting a Goldwing in there, though, because let's see if it just did the regular Goldwing as well. See, I think it's just doing a standard. Is that the same lights and stuff on the? Yep. See, I think it just puts a Goldwing no matter what year. It's just, if I put Honda Goldwing, it's putting probably a newer model or something. So let's see if we can do a, what was this one? No, that one was the trike. Okay, let's see. That one was the blue one. Yeah, let's put this one up. Let's get rid of that one. Okay, let's see here. Let's see if we can create new Harley Davidson Street Glide ST and a new Harley Davidson Road Glide ST candy apple red. Also in front of a Harley Davidson store dealership with a bunch of people staying outside of it. Maybe that'll do. I don't know. You got to, if I got into details, it might help. I'm trying to, if I typed it on, all on good details, it would probably do better. Let's see if it created that. Oh yeah, there's the new one. Let's see. Okay. Let's see what it does down here. It's producing it right here. See, it don't take but a minute. Bam, there. See? There's the new Road Glide or two Road Glides. It didn't put a Street Glide. I said Street Glide and a Road Glide. It puts two Road Glides. So, it is what it is. It's not perfect. AI is not perfect. So, I mean, 2001 to 2010 Goldwing looks the same. Yeah. And like I said, I've done different media. I've done like my laptop studio, I've done me, I've done space, I've done the Matrix through the cities. I've done, here's the Nebuchadnezzar ship off the Matrix. I've done Mad Max backgrounds. I've done the skylines of Nashville, Tennessee. I've done Angel Warriors. I've done the backwoods of the Appalachians. I've done the 80s theme, typed in 80s. I've done a cartoon image of me and my Sportster sitting out here. And then, of course, I do this one, liberals or retard graphic on the wall. My right lane media. Right lane is, it's for stock. My Ninja Warrior, I've done it. I've done the news background. I've done the Star Wars space or Star Trek something. I've done the Game of Thrones. I've done the Dream Team podcast, the Dream Team podcast. I typed that in yesterday and asked it to make me, you know, a podcast setting with cartoonish. And then what you see here, the motorcycle stuff. So, I mean, it's, you know, like I said, it's not perfect. It's far from perfect, but, you know, it's still fun to play around with sometimes. Now, if I got into details, if I took 5 minutes to actually type in every detail I wanted, like if whatever tool, whatever I wanted, pictures on the wall, if I actually did like really typed in and put a damn paragraph, it only gets better. You know, as you type more in and go more detail, it gets smart. It builds it smarter and better. Like I can put a hat on, or, you know, certain thing on the clothing, or certain thing on the floor. Like I can do all that. So like if you just take time to type it in and get it fine detailed, then it will make it. But since I just rushed it and said, hey, put this bike here and here, it just prints out what I said. So, but it won't do a video. It only lets me do backgrounds. Like if StreamYard would listen to us and like to do media and let me do like an intro and let me say it on here and let me type it in what I wanted and what it to say, that would be awesome. Because I pay for this, man. I pay trust me, I pay a lot of money for this StreamYard. If it would let me type that in and have an intro and an outro or just a video clip talking and stuff, that's what I want. I want a video talking and show my picture or something when I do the dono things, like, you know, donate, you know, or don't forget to hit, it's time to read the cash apps, you know, or something. A lot of people are telling me to go to that AI program, that Sona or Sona or something like that. And they can do the cartoon picture or the real animated pictures and stuff like that. So I just ain't downloaded any of that shit on my computer yet. I ain't made it that far to dive into it. I don't have an issue with it. I've got a lot of room on this new laptop. Trust me, just gave quite a bit of money for it. Really? It can do live streaming now? Oh, that's awesome. That sounds good. My GoPro 8 can do live streaming. Or, I mean, I can live stream through it if I hook it up through my phone and do enough hookups. But for some reason, I can't never get the fucking sound right on it. Can't never get the damn for it to come through clear enough. Because trust me, even going through the GoPro is a lot better picture than my iPhone 14, whatever I got. But it comes out better. Like if I live stream riding my motorcycle, you know, if I do it on my phone, of course it's glitchy and shitty. But if I do it through a GoPro, it's perfect. But I can't get even with the microphone set up and everything, it's still it's something wasn't clicking when I was hooking it up. It wasn't doing it right. So my highest viewed live stream riding a motorcycle so far is like 27,000 something on it. So I got to get this channel back in the algorithms. I can reapply for my monetization now. I can't. The time's up for me to reapply. I can reapply. I just got to get my 4,000 watch hours back. So that's the only issue I'm having. I ain't got my 4,000 watch hours back yet. I've got like almost 1,000. I need 3,000 basically. 3,000 more watch hours and then I can reapply. Or 10 million short views. So, but I'll get there sooner or later, hopefully. I've just got to do these streams. I got to do more live streams. I've got to do more live streams, guys. I've got to get some more streaming down so it can get some more views. I just got to be careful what I show because I keep, I can't get copyrighted. I don't need to be copyrighted. And I don't want to go in and put them on private or put them behind a paywall, because if I put them behind the paywall, which is they're still letting me put stuff on members only. I still have memberships, but you can't get them right now. But if I was to put them on members only, then, I like him the best. He was the best Joker in my opinion. But what I'm saying is if I put things behind the paywall on members, then they can still get copyrighted, but it's more likely they won't. You know what I mean? They won't be seen. They won't be. So I don't stream, so it doesn't make any difference for me. Yeah, for you using the 365 or whatever, 4 or 5, the X. You should stream though. I mean, you video camera and talk in the video doing your, your ride to Gettysburg and all that shit. It's no different from streaming. You're just doing it live instead of videoing it, You're just still talking and doing it. That's the only difference. You're just live in the moment doing it. If you was to stream it, Rick, you would just be doing it live. You wouldn't just be making a video to produce. You can still make a video on your GoPro. If you had your GoPro recording and then use your X360 to live stream it, you could run a live stream video in it, and then you could video it with a GoPro and have 2 different videos. You could have one angle going one way, and of course the 360 you can move the angle anywhere you want. So that's why I like my X. I only got the X2. I got the 360 X2, and it always worked good for me. And then I got the GoPro 8. It's always held up for me, the 8. I know they've got like 12 or 14 now or some shit. I don't know. I don't buy those new ones because I just don't need to. Like, I like to make videos more of just, on my phone now. I can make just as well videos walking around talking and shit and showing stuff on my phone as I can a GoPro. So, I mean, in my opinion, use your cell phone as a phone sometimes for directions. Yeah. That's all you use your phone for. Yeah. Like I have this new, like around the neck kind of, I have this new, it's got this, see this, Rick? It goes around you and it goes right here, and you just push a button and it unclicks, and it's like really, it sticks really good. It's metal and it clicks in there good. But, but also it's got the strap thing on the back right here that if I wanted to put the strap on to put it around my back and click it. So it actually, it's pretty simple. And this stuff is great, man. I ordered this. Let's see. And it's like soft, but it bends any way you want. You can have it, and it goes around your neck comfortably and sits down. You can put your GoPro. I got a thing, a mount for my phone if I want to stick my phone on it, or record with my phone. Either way, it's really good, man. It's good to use, and it's real soft, but it's rubbery, but it also, I mean, it bends and it's so soft to your neck. It molds to you. Pretty neat. I didn't give that much for it. I think I got it off of Amazon or something. But it's thick up here for the back of your neck. And it just folds right to your neck, man. It's so comfortable. You've seen them. They work great, dude. Especially, I don't use the strap that goes around. I just put this on and jump on the bike and take off and hit record, and it shows everything right out, And of course, I've got the mount for, I've tried 100 different mounts for my full face helmet. I just bought the strap for my helmet, the mount, the GoPro mount that you just snap inside, and you can snap it on and off real quick inside that your mouthpiece of your helmet. And it's never failed me. So when I want to do the GoPro and do it from my helmet view, I've got that too. So, but then if I want to get really technical and use my phone, I have this adapter. See my microphone? And I don't have the wireless mics. If anybody wants to send me some, hit me up. The ones I did buy were cheap. I sent those to Jamin. He said they worked good for him. They didn't work too good for me. Anyways, I plugged this in my cell phone, and then I can turn my phone. I can run my microphone up in my helmet, or just walk around with my microphone and record, and got a better microphone for my phone instead of just speaking out loud and hoping it picks up. So you got a chest strap? Used it one time. But like I said, I've got so much stuff. I've got like 5 different batteries, these out charging batteries, I've got I buy these because these little charging wires because they're slinky and they can reach where I want. They're just not, I don't have to run them around my handlebars or anything like that to keep them up there. They just slinky. And then I got one, man, this charger, dude, lasts for like 30 hours for, if you just charge a phone, it lasts for like 30, 40 hours, this big one. And it's solar, it recharges. And it's nice, dude. This thing will last for days and days. And I take this everywhere. This right here will charge anything. So I love these out batteries. I got 4 or 5 of these different batteries. Flat ones, these thick ones. I've got flat ones, some thin, skinny ones. Like I said, to me, you can't never have enough batteries. And I keep them charged too. And you imagine if your electricity goes out at home or anything like that, dude, I can plug a light into one of those, my LED lights or any of that stuff. I've got LED lights. I've got a big light right here. You can change color. I can change. Let's see. Ooh, see that brightness? Ooh, damn. See that? I turned on the light. I can change it. Different colors. I can go yellow, white, or dim, yellow. We can go down, or we can go bright. Let's see. We can go bright. Let's see. Or we can go down, we can go yellow, standard light. So a lot of people say I need more light, but I don't think I do. Like, look, see that light? It looks good. Turn it off. I don't think I need more light. I've got enough, I think. I've got an LED tattoo light right here that I use. This, see this big long one? It goes any which way. It's a big long tattoo light I bought for over my desk here. So I've got a lot, so it's lit up. And then that square thing that I just showed you, or I just turned on that light, I've got red or blue films that I can put in there and change the color of the room, you know, change it. And then I've got light out here outside my window. See, I can turn the light on behind me, which the light on behind me actually brightens up, makes it look better up here. Makes my camera, because I've got such a good camera, it makes my camera up here look better when I got light back there. So, or I think so. So I think it looks better when I got light going on back there. So if I got the light on back there, it makes the camera more crisp up here. I think so. Or I can change the colors. Let's see. The blue looks purple, but it's blue. Red. But I like the white because the white makes it, I think the white makes the camera look better up front. That's just my opinion. So. But all right. There is two good wireless mics that I know work good. Look for the Boya Mini with 2 or 4 mics. Okay, I don't have that one. I have the Boya Magic and it works good. Plus I have the mobile set that works good. Now, do these go to your phone? Are you talking about that goes to your phone, Bluetooth? I need something that Bluetooth to my phone. That's what I need. I need the microphones that Bluetooth to my phone. That's the ones I want. Okay, look at your video the long way. All right, to hear the mobos. So we need to do like a 10-hour stream. I wouldn't mind having people up here to discuss shit, but I'm not going to let anybody up here. I learned my lesson a long time ago on that shit. So. And like I said, I'm not greedy. I don't mind people coming on my panel. It's just I need the right people up here. You know, I don't want the retards up here. That's going to turn channels into, you know, get people's channels shut down. That's ignorant. Nope. Well, they turned my face a little different. That one I'm looking straight forward. That one I'm looking over at the side. So, and then this one says, but
Maybe you need to donate some freaking money.
Thank you so much for all your donations.
You make me smile every time you send a donation.
Thank you for the goodies. Yeah, these are the best. So bubbly and fun.
A lot of people don't like that. YouTube probably won't like that either. If they wouldn't even type out girls in bathing suits, man, how you think they're going to feel when I fucking put that out? You know, like, I love that. That's awesome. I love those three-wheelers. Those three-wheelers are good. I like the chopper and the three-wheeler. You know, it's all right. I can put it on private, I guess. Both of them have 2 mics. I get 50 freaking text messages a day or emails, man. You want to hear what this one says? I'm not joking. I can prove it right here. My phone just beeped. This is from Deborah something. Tell you something. Hey, just checked out your recent upload to the passing it on fantastic. This is some crazy. Hey, just checked out your recent upload and the pacing it honest fantastic. The transition through the mind roll section must be really solid. Wanted to ask because you obviously have your editing workflow dialed in. I don't edit at all. Are you manually structuring all those micro cuts in your prod? Or do you run your footage through a timeline process? And this is where people hack your shit if you hit on their stuff. The reason I ask, I'm from Cuso, I don't know, I fucking some other place. And we just built an algorithmic processor, especially for creators, to automatically timeline cuts. If you ever want to save time on rendering, you know, this is their bullshit that they send you guys. Don't ever fucking click on their links. This is all their bullshit. This is how they hack you. This is how they got me last time with a copyright. And I don't ever hit on anybody's links anymore. So if you email me, you have my email. I'm sorry. You better find another way to get a hold of me that's legit. Because 9 out of 10 times I will not answer you. I've got 30 people a day messaging me that I do not even respond to. And the reason why is because I've been hacked. I've got a system in play right now to protect, but still, it's still, people still get through, you know, hackers still get through. I did not click on any links. If you're interested in me and you're listening to this, you will need to identify yourself and your company. Do not send me any links to click on. So, what links? I don't know. The link in the email, they always send you links. Here, click on this if you want to do this. And then once you click on it, you know, then they download your then they put a like they did in my last laptop. They put a Trojan horse in it and they killed my fucking laptop. So that's why I had to buy this new one. Are you asking me if I want a link to your page? Well, I'll look it up on your do I want to link to the microphone? No, I can't afford it right now anyways. I got too much stuff I got to rebuild this transmission in my truck, my Chevy out here. So I've got about $1,500 to spend on it to the loan for YouTube for the month. I'll look it up here in a bit. I've got some other things to do, but anyways, I'm going to make that it. It's about an hour and 45 minutes almost. So make sure you go and subscribe to the channel, guys, and share this out. Also, watch the full length live stream. We are trying to build up the hours. And if you're watching this later, you can still donate to the Cash Apps or support the channel, guys. Rick, I'll holler at you in a little bit, buddy. Be good. I'll come back on. It's Friday night. I'm sure I'll be somewhere on the internet. So everybody stay in your lane or crash the damn thing.